I'm here to help you connect with the themes and the energetic vibrations for May 2019. I've already recorded a very general tarot reading. You can see that on my channel. It's put up very, very recently. But I want to go deeper into the downloads that I'm receiving for May 2019. The first thing that's very, very strong this month is a feeling of stability, of feeling support, feeling supported, feeling that you're actually standing on miracle ground. I feel and sense that the energies for May are going to be very open, really, really opening up doors, opening up what was being held back. So anything that you feel has been really, really pulling you back, in any way that you felt that you were, there was a delay in how things were moving forward. I'm delighted to say that Spirit is saying that the cosmos, the frequencies at the moment are actually really, really hurrying and pushing things through that have backed up behind that doorway that we felt throughout March and April. So anything that's been building up, any seeds that you've sown, this is the time where the fruits come out, the flowers come out, but not just in our season, in our environment. We're actually going to be seeing that now in our lives, in our work opportunities, in our money coming in. It's also a wonderful time for romance. There's a lot of romantic energies. The readings I've been doing, I can just see lots of people finally having that potential now to be in the right place at the right time to meet that person. So how can you aid those energies? Well, you have to go out there, you have to be out in the world, you have to be busy, you have to be active, and you need to join new communities, seek out like-minded people. You got to put yourself out there, and you've got to allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow yourself to be open, and not to bring the past ideas, the past relationships or heavy baggage into the present, into the future. Remember that those old stories, if you keep repeating them in your thoughts and in your talking, listen to how you're talking. Are you talking about, tragic romances that went wrong? Friends who betrayed you, jobs that didn't meet your needs or satisfy you on a soul creative level. Stop telling those stories. Stop talking about those things that do not serve you, that do not help you get into the present and future place that will actually bring you satisfaction. So that's very important that you're aware of that at this time, because this is the time of blossoming. This is the time of fruits coming on the trees. And it's the time to pluck the fruit. You have to pluck the fruit in order to eat it and to enjoy it and savor it. So be out there in the world, climb the mountain, find the tree and pluck the fruit. Use these symbols to motivate you and to inspire you to get out into the world. What other themes have I received? I've been downloading a lot this last week for May, June 2019. Yes. I was shown a very clear vision of, the sensitive souls in the cloak, in a beautiful, very comforting, plush purple cloak, but that it was time to shed the cloak. It's time to cast off the cloak. The comfort zone has to go. This summer is high fifth dimensional activity. We've fully stepped out of, if you're watching this video, you have fully stepped out of third, fourth dimension, and you're in the fifth dimension. So that means being seen. It means no longer being invisible and no longer hiding in the shadows. This is a time for sure to let that beautiful plush, as comfortable as it is, that cloak that you're hiding under, and staying in the darker shadows, as easier as life is when you're there, it is a time to cast off that cloak and to let yourself be seen in the world and to be fearless about it. to know that it doesn't matter what other people think of you, your true naked self, when you take off that shroud, okay? But do take off the shroud, do be open, do be vulnerable, and see the beauty in that. See the power, your power in that, see your strength in that, okay? So I'd love to hear what that means for you, casting off that shroud, that big, it's like this, I can see this beautiful, dense, velvet, like extra thick cloak with the hood up, you know, and you're just peering out, and you're always the observer. Well, your observer time is through now. You're not going to be just the observer anymore. You're actually going to be an active participant in this fifth dimensional paradise that we are manifesting here. That's really, really important. Another thing for May is watch your triggers. If somebody says something that offends you, triggers you, bothers you, that's an opportunity for you to go deep into the self and to do inner alchemy, to change that nerve, that wound that's being pressed, to actually look at that and say, okay, how can I transform that trigger into, maybe flip it on its head and say, well, that made me feel ashamed or made me feel embarrassed. I'm actually going to turn that into something I'm proud of. That person who's trying to make me feel embarrassed because I do X, Y, Z, I'm actually going to flip that on its head, and I'm going to see that as a point of pride from now on. So if somebody says, oh, such and such a thing that triggers me, you're going to go, yes, thank you very much. It's like, I've done that all my life with things, and I really find it empowers me. I've done it especially with, oh, you're very sensitive, or don't be so sensitive, or wow, you're sensitive. I say, thank you. Yes, it's a natural gift that my soul's inherited, and I'm very proud to be a super sensitive. I've actually made that term for the likes of us, super sensitive, because that is our superpower. Your creativity is your superpower. Your writing, your poetry, your songs, your expression, your light language, your use of color, your texture, your painting, your dancing, your healing work, your coaching. These are your superpowers, and May is the time to really up and amplify your superpowers and to be out there in the world and use your superpowers for yourself, to uplift yourself, to expand, to enjoy the expression of joy in the self, but also to be in the world and to be proud of yourself in the world and to expand your participation. This is May and June, July. It's all about participation. That should be the theme of this video. Participation in this world, in nature, and creating that in a way that actually also comes back to you. You know, we all, as sensitives, as empaths, we want to help everybody. We want to give. We want to do that. But it's also important that we remember that it's about receiving. This is the time to receive. May, June is a receptive time for you. So please be open to receiving. Any other message that I want to share there from the angels? Nurturing, yeah. Nurturing, nurture, nourish, invest. Nurture yourself, nourish yourself, and invest in yourself. Because you're letting go of that shroud, you're dropping off that big, heavy winter cloak. It's important now that you're going to be seen. And even if you don't willingly do it, I feel like the energies are going to pull you into that anyway, being seen, being here, and being a presence. It's important that you really look after yourself and you nourish yourself. And, you know, back to that lovely symbol the angels are giving me of the fruit on the tree. You eat the ripe fruit, nourishing the body, replenishing the self, and doing those things that really, really aid you. Water is another theme that's very strong. Lying in bodies of water, seaweed baths, going into the ocean, spending time in water, skinny dipping, lots of sea salt, Epsom salt baths. The best thing for negativity, if you're feeling really fatigued and really worn out and feeling depressed, draw a really, really lovely warm hot bath and put lots of Epsom salts and lots of natural sea salt and just sit in that bath and imagine, do a meditation and see all that negative energy draining out of your body, and see it going into the water, and watch it go down the plug hole, and actually enjoy seeing it drain away down, 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 down the plug hole, and set the intention that you are a new person when you step out of that bath, that you've shed that old, heavy, dense energy, and you see the negativity go down the drain. That's a really, really powerful tool, and I've been having a lot of those kind of baths, even just because I love soaking the bath anyway. But I've really been, for me, seeing it as a sacred ritual. You know, it's a ritual for me. I light candles. It's self-care time. It's self-love time. So, spending time in water. But of course, if you can get into the sea, I mean, that's fantastic. If you can get to the beach and spend time, especially this time of year with the sun and everything. Sunlight is another thing that's really important. Make sure you're getting adequate sunlight. You want 15 to 20 minutes at least a day, making sure that you're